Hey there, and oopsie. There, well, geez. I'm having problems with this. Sorry. I will just say, hey, welcome to TBI Tuesday, and sorry, my thing is all off. So I probably, let's see, should add, there we go. Well, and yep. So obviously, as if it wasn't apparent, I'm new at this and I don't know what to do. But thanks for being here and thank you. I would like to tell you the whole reason I created this YouTube is, or this channel is for this. I want to be able to, oh, hey, Heather, but I want to be able to share other people's stories. It's not just me and I don't feel so annoying and oh yeah, back in my day, or the problems I have. I'm not just a whiny baby, I promise. And there are many things that happen and I just want to be a light and help share some other stories other than mine. So I am very excited to introduce someone who lives all the way across the world, well-ish, Africa, but I mean, incredible person. And my wife actually has known her on Instagram, and it's been an amazing process. So thank you, and please welcome Nor.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And it's the first thing I want to is to apologize for my French accent. I thank Aubrey to let me talk about my experience, even it's the first time for me. And I usually don't talk about it because it's still a hard experience and a hard souvenir. So 7 years ago, after a very serious accident, car accident, I still have scares here. I discovered during the control MRI that I had several brain aneurysm. I don't know if you know what is aneurysm. It's a dilatation of a vein or an artery. And if you don't do anything, it will finally you have an hemorrhage. I think you said an hemorrhage in English. So I never had any headaches or symptoms. Apparently, it's silent disease, and that gets worse over the time. I went to Belgium, to Brussels, to see one of the best neuroradiologists in the world. He made me an arteriography. It was a radiological examination through the leg artery. And I could see inside my brain, on a big screens. And it's very special when you see your own brain.
Yeah, correct.
He showed me that I have 3 aneurysms and in an artery junction. So it was very hard for him to fix the problem. He gave me a paper with all the problems all the risks involved, death, paralysis, and others, and asked me to sign them. home, and he gave me a month to decide. So I stay a month in my home, asking, wondering if I was going to do the surgery or not. If I just stay like that, and one day I will die, or if I go and fix the problem. It was very hard because I didn't feel anything, and he was telling me that maybe I will change after my surgery. Maybe I will have, maybe I will die, and it was a hard decision for me. But finally, I decided to go to do the surgery, and I stayed in intensive care for 2 days and went out. The doctor told me that this was the first time he put so much material into a brain. So I have a car in my brain, like a car, a lot of material.
Yeah.
I went back home and I thought, well, it's done. I'm gonna live normally, like before. But no, it was the beginning of the real problem, and the problem is that I felt that I changed. I changed. I lost my equilibrium. I didn't walk. I walked like a crab. I don't know if you understand the crab.
Oh, yeah.
On the side, I have twice ischemic attacks, and I lose my the use of my right hand. And I heard very badly, like everyone was far from me,
Yeah.
and I have to take anti-plaquette drugs for life
Yeah.
to avoid any clots, and that would block blood circulation and cause a stroke if I didn't take them.
Yeah.
I spend now my time forgetting everything, my phones, my keys, my bag, even the date of birth of my children,
Wow.
everything. And the worst is forgetting my words, because I was a teacher and I like to express myself precisely, but my brain doesn't want to anymore. Sometimes it decides not to participate in the conversation and leaves me alone searching my words. And sometimes I just want to sleep and let people talk, but I just want to sleep because my brain is tired. And I discovered that people are very judgmental. They look at me sometimes exasperated or sometimes angry. Yes, and I can't spend my time telling them, excuse me, it's not me, it's my brain.
Yeah.
I had a brain surgery, so, and I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that. The 2 years after the surgery, I felt diminished. I came to regrets, even regrets having done the surgery. I was no longer the dynamic woman I was before. I was a different person who got tired quickly, who couldn't stand the noise. I can't stand the noise.
Yeah.
I could see the. I could sit until now. I could sit and watch, a white wall without anything for hours, and maybe people are asking, what are she doing? But what is she doing? But for me, it's it's interesting, a white wall, and mostly very resting. I think I'm resting my brain like that.
Wow.
I made some research on internet for my problem. I know I discovered that the place where they put my stents and my coils where the left hemisphere of the brain, and it corresponded to logic and assimilation of information. That maybe that was I lost a lot of I lost my word, and I lost I can't focus a long time on something. Yes, and I can't read. I have a very. It's very hard for me to read something. I had all this time. I had, and I never forget it. I had one companion. It was my dog, and it was for me. Except my family, of course. There is my family. There was my family, and there was my dog, and she was always there, always happy to see me, always comfort me in silence, and I would sometimes, put my nose in her fur and say to myself, "This is paradise, silence, sweetness, and no one to judge you."
Yes.
But she passed away a month ago and left me alone, and now I feel like an orphan because my dog is not here anymore
Yeah.
for me. But 7 years later, now I accept myself like I am, and I think it's thanks to you, thanks to Paula, and thanks to all the work I done on myself. I live with my half brain. I decided that I have a half brain,
Yep.
and I no longer take care about others,
Yeah.
their criticism or the way they look at me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I become a free spirit.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy the beauty that surrounds me. I am convinced that we are on earth to pay tribute to the beauty that surrounds us. And plus, I discovered that if speaking became very difficult for me, writing became free. Maybe the doctors have just have turned off my speech and turned on my writing side,
Yeah.
and I write when I need it. I write because I know how that our time is robbed on in a hourglass, and that, like Aubrey said last time, my life matters, and the life of people I love matters, and the past that created me matters, and they deserve to be written. So I decided to write. Now I'm writing, and I don't know what is going, it will be, what I'm going to do with this, but I'm writing, and I think I found a place for me where it's good to live, where the sun smiles all the time, and I'm simply happy to be alive.
Yeah.
And this place is just in me, inside me, and that's what I wanted to share with you, even with my very English, very not
Well, I
very
gotta
well
see. You
English,
speak
but
how many languages? I just speak one badly.
yeah.
So you speak
Tried.
multiple.
If I was in French, I will maybe talk a lot more, but in English it's very hard for me. So I try to just to explain that maybe it's hard, but you at the end you finally find the strength in you.
Yes,
And
yes.
thank you for you, Aubrey, to let me the chance to tell all that.
Well, thank you. And yeah, Paula is saying, here we go, my life is enriched by knowing you. So,
Thank you, thank you,
and then
thank you,
I
Aubrey.
will say a few. And Heather, one of my friends, she says, see, you are amazing. Oh, and oopsie, trying to press buttons. And thanks for sharing your story. Oh,
Oh,
and
it's
then we should, what do you call it? Promote your books, because how many books have you written?
now I have one. It's the first summer. It's on Amazon and Kobo and all the. And the second is coming. The second part is coming. I'm
Fantastic.
writing like I need to write a lot. Maybe I don't know why, but I'm.
Yep.
It's
No.
my brain who is off on the writing.
See, that's what I'm like. You do that. Like, I can ID or identify with that. Well, words, it's hard. But, I have musical instruments
Music,
behind me, so
yes.
I can play that. But,
But
no,
you need
this
to
is
do, need to become to. I just the first time it was I was typing like that, and it becomes like that. And now I'm writing every day, and it's a pleasure for me.
Yeah,
It's a
see,
real
that
pleasure.
is fantastic. And I will say I am just so thankful that I've met you. I mean, it's through
It's
Paula
it's
and
this.
social media, just on Instagram. What? That is just...
And it's the same for me because I didn't now I don't feel alone. There's someone like me and who feels like me, and it's very important to share.
Yes, yes. And just like I said earlier in our chat, I'm like, thank you for saying this because now my wife can't say it. What?
Yes,
You're making
but she can.
excuses. I'm like, no, I just forget.
Yes,
So I'm like, see, Nora knows what I'm talking about.
yes, yes.
So this is wonderful. Thank you so much, and sorry
Thank
about
you for
all the what
thank
do you
you
call
for
it,
it.
confusion on my part.
Yes, no problem. I did the same. I did the same.
Well, thank you. And so, if you could tell anybody right now what should they do or appreciate, or how are things different for you?
What the thing is different for me. All the things is different for me, and like I said, I feel myself. Maybe it's hard, but I feel myself free. I'm free.
Yes.
And I decide to be free. I decided to be free and to feel myself free. And sometimes some words I don't tell. Now I'm telling them. Uh, yes, I decided to be a free spirit. That's all.
Yes.
To I understand that we are limited in our life. In like I used to say, our time is in a hourglass. So we have to enjoy it more and to be thankful to be alive. That's all.
Yes. Our time is in an hourglass.
Yes.
That is very true. Yeah. Well, gosh. Thank you so much for taking the time and for sharing your story.
Thank you, Aubrey.
So
Thank you.
important, and I'm glad that I can be like, hey, tell my wife, Nora, ask Nora about it.
Yes.
Yeah. And so thank you so much for coming on
You're
and sharing
welcome.
with us.
You're welcome. And every time you want me, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do it again. Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
well,
No
great.
problem,
Thank you
Aubrey.
so much. All right.
Thank you, Aubrey. Bye.
Okay. Well, thank you all so very much for tuning in and checking it out. I am so very thankful for my friend Noor. I'm like, just knowing, well, even like she said, I'm not alone. You know, she's not alone. And I would encourage everyone to tell people how they help you. You are not alone because of the people in your life. Or once again, gratitude. I am thankful for my coffee, you know. I am thankful. And like she said, the whole, what do you call it? Your perspective has to change. We are alive. Everything's different, but we're alive. So you're alive. So thanks for being here. And overall, remember, you matter. Your story matters. And you belong here. Cheers.